Morning. I had some people in my office over the last couple days, and I showed them some videos. We were watching videos in my office. Ooh, exciting. We were watching, everybody's seen like a famous actor, Will Smith. There's this big famous actor. So we were watching Will Smith, not his movies. No, sorry. No, we were watching Will Smith has a series of motivational videos. Motivating people. Because Will Smith, he went through a lot of challenges in his life. You know who? Like who?
Everybody?
Like everybody, that's right. Difference is that Will Smith has learned from those challenges. What's going on over there? Will Smith has learned from those challenges. And as he says, learn from his mistakes. He says, when you fall, don't fall backwards, fall forwards. At least when you're going to fall, and you're going to fall, go forward. Try to go forward. So instead of people fall, they fall backwards, they give up. Nope, fall forwards. That means you're going to learn from your mistakes and try to change. Everybody's going to make mistakes. Everybody's going to have challenges. Everybody's going to have all kinds of things in their life that are not fun. It's going to be. Avram Avinu, we got a whole bunch of tests that he goes through. They're challenges. Now why, and I've discussed this many times, what's the purpose of having challenges in your life? What? To grow. Now, what does that mean? People grow from the challenges?
When they fail and at the end they get over it.
They fail and they get over it. Okay. There's more to it than just like failing and getting over it. It's important for people to have challenges in life, because if they're not going to have challenges, everything's going to go so smooth. You're not going to try hard. You're right, you won't appreciate things, that's for sure, but you're not going to try because it comes so easy. We spoke about this, the people in before the Mabul, all you had to do was take a seed, throw it down, and you came back, it was like Jack of the Beanstalk. You had a huge apple tree. You threw this, you threw that, you had all these trees that grew up for you. All the vegetables, the fruits, you didn't need anybody, you don't need anything. If everything's given to you, you're not going to appreciate things. You're not going to learn from things. But also, you're not going to try to grow. You have to have challenges to grow. Now, people think it grows like how? You have a test. Right? Everybody has tests, right? You learn that you have tests. So you have tests, and you think that when you have the test, then that's when I'm going to study. Well, if you're going to wait to the test to study, that's kind of messed up learning, because what happens, you had all this learning time, and what you do, it was flat. Did you learn? No. You just went flat. And then all of a sudden comes the test, you go, pop, okay, I learned it. What do you think is going to happen afterwards? Really, you're just going to go back down again, because it's not any kind of gradual learning. So the test is not to make you learn it. The test is to tell you, this is where you have to be at a certain point, because there's going to be a test. So you better start growing towards that level. If you don't grow gradually, when it comes time, it's going to be a last minute, it's going to be too overwhelming, it's going to be a lot of stress. But if a person is continuously learning, when it comes time for that test, they're ready for the test. That is why we have tests. Tests in life are because you're going to have challenges in life. If you wait till the challenge to grow from, it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. Most of the time you're going to fail. Most of the time you're going to give up. Person has to be growing towards those challenges. Simple example. Person wants to be an accountant. So they go to accounting school and they cheat off everybody else. You get this test, you get this, you get all these things. And comes the big test. You ready for it? No. So you fail. Let's say you cheated on that too. Guy cheated, huh? Comes the first day of work, okay, you figure it out. You get a lot of coffee and you serve people donuts. Everybody kind of gives you a little pat on the back. All right, good. They say, hey, you got your work? Yeah, I got my work. All right, fine. Anyway, kids, so you don't know anything what to do. And weeks go by, you're like making it look like you're doing papers and this, that. And then comes this report that you got to give in for this company. And the IRS is coming in, and you were supposed to present all the paperwork, and you have nothing to show. What's going to happen? First of all, you're going to be very embarrassed. Second of all, you're going to get fired. That's right. And third of all, you might even be sued or something like that. I mean, who knows? It's going to be crazy. So you're thinking to yourself, shtick back, I got it. Later on in life, when push comes to shove and you need to know this stuff and you need to be able to do it, you can't do it. Guy decides he's going to be in the Olympics or he's going to be on a baseball team. And, he goes to practice like everybody else. But then on his own, does he really practice much? No. No one's watching, he's not practicing. It's on his own. Leave me alone. I'll watch videos or whatever it might be. Go online, play with my phone. Person's not doing it. Comes finally the time of the game, and he strikes out. And he misses the ball. And all these other great things. And they say, like, you can't be on this team. And he goes, what are you talking about? I practice with everybody. What? You practice with a couple minutes. The guys who do a little bit of their homework, they did their homework once, they handed it in. You didn't really do it. You didn't really go over it. You don't really know it. People want to learn Yeridea. So they go, I went over it, chazed it. Chazara thing is just to help you, put you in the right direction of chazara. But if you don't really put in your own time, you're not investing from yourself, it's not going to happen. Why is it not going to happen? Because it's got to come from you. It's got to be what you really put in. Besides that, you're not going to be able to do it. And it comes to the test, you're not going to be ready. So it's got to be a constant growth coming from you. Grow, working on it. Of course, we have to push people. We have to push ourselves to try to get in the mode of being able to prepare. But if we wait until the last minute, because we go, push it off. What's that called when you just keep pushing it off? Procrastinating. Not lazy, procrastinate. Procrastinate. You know what procrastinate means? A fancy word.
It means to push something off.
You know what they say? Don't do today what you could do tomorrow. That's what a procrastinator says. Most people who are really going to be successful say, don't do tomorrow what you could do today. Procrastinator, it's got a whole different attitude to life. What is it? Don't do today what you could do tomorrow. Push it off. Kick the can down the road. You'll do it tomorrow. Always tomorrow, after Sukkot, after Pesach, you keep pushing it off. Gentlemen, if you wait till then, you know when tomorrow is?
Never.
When you're dead. That's right. You'll look back and you'll be so frustrated. You look at all the other people who were successful, and you say, I did the same as them. First thing, you're in denial. You didn't do anything. You definitely did not do what you needed to do. So gentlemen, it's got to be a gradual growth. Don't wait till the last minute to then, quickly study for the test. No, every day a little bit, more and more and more. Something really should be every day a lot. if you just do a little bit. But tell yourself even, I'll do a little bit, I'll do a little bit, I'll do a little bit. I learn with y'all every day. So we say, okay, we're going to learn 2 Mishnayos. A lot of times we'll say, okay, we'll do another Mishnah. Okay, we got to do another Mishnah. Okay, well now we'll do another Mishnah. Because we just said, oh, we'll just do this. And now you say, let's do another 3, let's do another 2, let's do another 5. No, let's do another 1. If you push up, I'll do a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. It keeps growing. And then you look back, you have this whole lifetime of accomplishments. You know what the accomplishments come from? Just a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Keep doing it that way, you'll be very successful. Just got to keep remembering the test is going to come. And if you're not ready for that test, you'll fail the test. You don't grow for the test. People who grow for the test, after the test, fall back down. It's just, I'll just share with you one thought. What are we holding? I'll tell you one thought. It says, V'havta es Hashem Elokecha b'chol levavcha, b'chol nafshecha, b'chol ma'odecha. Love Hashem with all your heart, levavcha, lave, your heart, b'chol nafshecha, your soul. What does that mean? Nefesh, your whole what? Your whole life. B'chol ma'odecha, all your money, your possessions, your stuff. That's b'chol ma'odecha. Okay. So the Gemara says, I understand we were not going to get so deep into this. With all your hearts. Then with your whole life. Love Hashem, even if you're going to what? Die, al kiddush Hashem. Ready to give up your heart. Give up your life. And not only that, even with, not just with all your life, but even with all of your money. All your possessions. Isn't that a little crazy? I was once giving a shiur, and I ran through this, and one of the people in the shiur, this shiur was not for youngsters. It was like old men, like really old guys. Not like me, like really, really, really old. I know I'm really old, but not that old. Really, really. Like everybody was, the youngest guy in my shiur was like in his 70s. That was my youngsters. I would say younger manchikel. Because the others were like in the 80s, their 90s. They've been around for a while. They've gone through this year for many, many years. Anyway, so one of my, he was definitely in his late 80s. He says, I don't understand something. First of all, they used to call me Rebbe. Can you imagine I was in my 30s, early 30s, and everyone called me Rebbe, the Rebbe. I walked in, everybody stood up. I'm like a little punk. So it taught me a big lesson. You have to have respect. Look, and I was trying to give them respect. And so he asked the kasha, he says, I don't understand, is the Rebbe saying that if somebody comes to me with a gun and says, your money or your life, and you're telling me not only with your life, but even with your money. That's what it says in Shema. So he says, so it sounds like your life is worth less than your money. So he goes, your money, your life. You go, I'll give you my life, but I won't give you my money. So is that what you're telling me a person should say? So I said, okay, it's a good kasha. I said, the Gemara now says, there are people that say that their money is worth more than their life. They'll die, being in pain and suffering, whatever it is, just not to waste any money. So there are people like that. So he goes, yeah, but everybody in this room, we're not of that opinion. So what does Shema mean to us? You're telling me that's what Shema means to a couple wackos? So why is it Shema written like that for the rest of us? It's good kasha. He says we don't believe that your money's worth more than your life. So I said, okay. So I told him a couple things I thought of. And one thing I thought of, the first thing I said is like this. It is easier to die as a Jew than to live as a Jew. Wow. You know what that means? What does it mean? It's easier to die as a Jew than to live as a Jew. Yeah.
It's one action and it's over.
That's right. you get inspired and really caught up in it, and you're there, I'll kiddush Hashem, and then dead. All right, over. I suffers for a while, it's true. I mean, it's pretty bad. But it's over. But to live as a Jew means all your money. So you work hard, and you give your money to mitzvahs, and you give your money to tzedakah, and you give money to chesed. All your possessions, all your time, all your resources, everything is for doing mitzvahs. And it's ongoing and going and going and going for months and for years and then more years. And it's never a stop. There's never vacation. It's always. I was talking to some goyim, and I showed them how the Jewish religion from the early in the morning until you go to sleep and your eyes are closed, and even beyond that, is all with halacha and mitzvahs, and all during the year. It's not like this Thanksgiving and Halloween and this kratzmach and that's it. I said, when we'll add Labor Day and some other kind of days. I said, no. I said, Secretary's Day, whatever. I said, that's not what it is. It's constant. I said, and there's all kinds of laws associated with it, not like giving chocolates and having a kratzmach tree. No. I said, constant, so many different laws negate it. I said, so living as a Jew is much more challenging than dying as a Jew. Wow. It's pretty intense. So, gentlemen, it's ongoing. It doesn't stop. It keeps going and going. So, our whole life is going to be like this. You got to keep growing, 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 growing. And if you wait till the last minute, and then you're going to try to overcome some kind of challenge, some kind of test, it's not going to happen. So you got to be constantly growing all the time. And I'll just share with you one thing I was telling Rabbi Bookspan. I wrote this up for the newsletter. Strange medrash I told with Moshe Schwartz. Hopefully you'll open the newsletter. This is coming out? Yeah. So you'll read about it. The strange medrash. Did I tell over this medrash? No, I don't think so. I just told you. Strange medrash. Woof. Medrash says, and by the way, I saw that the Pirkei Rebbe Elazar says a very different mahalach in that story. But it says like this in the Yalkut Shemaini, the end of this week's parsha, Parshas Chayei. Tells over that when it says Vayetze Yitzchak lasuach basara, Yitzchak went out to lasuach basara, to speak, to daven in the field. So the Medrash says, where did he go out from? Any ideas where he went out from? From his tent, of course. From yeshiva? No, he's not in yeshiva. So where did he go out from? Maybe he came from the kitchen? No. It says that he came from Gan Eden. Walked out of Gan Eden. Came out of Gan Eden. He was alive in Gan Eden. Then it continues and it says, and Rivka, she sees him and she has a vision. Ruach HaKodesh, that she's going to have Esav. With this man, she's going to have Esav. Imagine Esav, the Russia, and she falls off of the camel. She's so shocked from it, like, oh no, I can't believe it. That's going to be my son. Boom. She falls off. Anyway, she ends up she loses, she's no longer a basula. No longer a virgin. Because she falls and she gets hurt and she ends up bleeding and she has a problem. So what happens? It continues and it says, so Yitzchak marries her and he realizes, she was not a virgin. She was not a basula. So he's like, immediately, who does he blame? Eliezer. Yeah, blames Eliezer. Yeah, you were listening. Good. So blames Eliezer. And Eliezer, what does he do? Nothing. No response. But Rivka goes, no, it was not Eliezer. I'm telling you it was not Eliezer. He goes, no, you're a liar. It was Eliezer. Pretty crazy story. He's blaming Eliezer. And then she swears to him, I swear to you, it was not Eliezer. So he goes, swearing. Okay, so they go looking, oh, by the way, forgot one thing. Hashem sent, when she loses that blood, Hashem sent Malach Gavriel to protect that blood. So they come out, and they go hunting around where she claims that she fell, and sure enough, there's the blood. Hashem had Gavriel, Malach Gavriel, watch, make sure no animal came and licked it up or who knows what. Animals like that stuff. So protects the blood, and they see the blood. So now he goes, okay, couldn't have been Eliezer. There's the blood. He's telling the truth. So Hashem says in Shemayim, what do we do for this Eved? What do we do for Eliezer, who was accused wrongfully of doing that and didn't do it? Got to pay him back somehow. So Hashem says, take Eliezer, tells the Malachim, take Eliezer and bring him into Gan Eden now. So they bring Eliezer into Gan Eden alive. So Eliezer, the Medrash says, strange thing. Yitzchak came out of Gan Eden, and Eliezer goes into Gan Eden alive. So, gentlemen, let me point out a couple things, but one thing. You know what it is to get into Gan Eden alive? That's like, Gan Eden is for people that are, not people, it's for neshamas. The neshamas go into Gan Eden. People don't go into Gan Eden. So for somebody to go in alive, walking into Gan Eden with their body, that means that their body had to be so pure, holy, no avera whatsoever. It was just so holy that even their body could go in. It's not just a neshama that's holy, but even their guf became holy. So Yitzchak obviously became holy, right? Because what caused? He was willing to give up his guf. Like Noach even told over from the Beis Yosef, that even was, they were singing. So they were singing B'Shaz, like really, it's unbelievable level. His guf meant nothing to him. However, so we understand why he went in with his guf. But Eliezer, what did he do? His guf? The var it is because he was constantly growing. And when it got to the point where he would be accused of something that he didn't do, something very embarrassing, he was holding at the level that he was such an unav, and everything meant nothing to him, meant nothing, that he didn't even respond whatsoever. So his guf, his whole, everything about him, to him was like nothing. It was just to do mitzvahs. Like, I did my mitzvah, what's next mitzvah? Okay, you're not even geiris it. Can you imagine a 2-year-old would say, you're a dummy? Would you go, I'm not a dummy? You wouldn't even answer back. You were just like, whatever, move on. So they go, he did it. Whatever, move on. What's the next thing? What's next? What mitzvah? What are we doing now? Like, doesn't even hear it. Yeah, but you're accused. Whatever. Move on. What can I do? What chesed? What mitzvah? What can happen? So if you're holding at such a level, your guf can go in. But you know what was so strange to me?
It's going out.
Eliezer is constantly growing. Yitzchak had one unbelievable, of course he was growing tremendously, but he was like one tremendous opportunity that he was ready to die al Kiddush Hashem. But then afterwards, you're not holding anymore at that, you can't live at that kind of level. It's impossible to stay at that level constantly al Kiddush Hashem, I'm die, kill me anytime. Can I kill you? Yes, kill me. Like all the time. Wake up at the middle of the night, can I kill you? Yes, kill me. You're ready to die al Kiddush Hashem? Yes. You're doing anything, you're eating a pastrami sandwich, can you ready to die al Kiddush Hashem? Yeah, sure, kill me al Kiddush Hashem. You can't be holding at that level all the time. It's a person gets emotionally charged, inspired. So then that happens. You're right, that's an amazing thing. But to stay at that kind of level is it's impossible. You can't be holding constantly an emotion like that, ready to die al Kiddush every single second. So a person reaches that, what do you think is going to happen? At some point, you're going to start, there's no way down, except for down. But Eliezer was constantly growing without this super incident. Daily actions, daily continuous things. It wasn't some one unbelievable super Misa. That is the way a person gets into Olam Haba. That's a person gets into Gan Eden. By constantly, continuously doing things like that. It's got to be a gradual, continuous growth. Not waiting till that big Nisayan comes, not waiting till the test, because if you wait till then, you do not have a chance. So that's what it's got to be. Every single day, every opportunity, chap a minute here, chap it to this, chap a that, chap a rain. Don't wait for something to happen, and certainly don't mess it up for yourselves. Let's think positive. Let's have a great day.